Why is it only the Latin Americans? You know what I mean? Why is it not the Australians? You know how many Australians I know that live here and actually take your jobs?
U.S. propaganda is so good that it has indigenous Mexicans thinking that they're white. This is Nino Rodriguez, an indigenous Mexican who thinks he's white and denies being Mexican. Check it out.
But what is your ethnicity? Are you full-blooded American? Were you born in the United States?
I'm white. I'm not a Mexican. I don't claim to be a Mexican. Hispanic, white, black. White. I identify as white. I ain't a Mexican. I'm an American. I was born here.
He also thinks that being bilingual is a disadvantage and believes in speaking English only. Check this out.
Now, this is why I choose to speak English only, and why I encourage others to do so as well, as far as people that I come across that are, Mexican, brown, whatever you want to call it, that are not born in America, should I say.
You can tell the accent is so forced. I'm an American. I speak American. Now look, Nino, you wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Mexico. I get it. You were born in the U.S. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. But your DNA is Mexican, bro. In 1,000 years, when archaeologists uncover your bones and they analyze your DNA, they're going to be like, yeah, that's a Mexican. Also, bro, anybody born here is American. You're a proud U.S. citizen, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But just so you know, anybody born anywhere here is American. Here's the crazy part, bro. Somebody that looks like me, somebody that you want to look like, is 60% indigenous Mexican. I am 60% indigenous Mexican. If somebody that looks like me is 60% indigenous, what does that say about you? I've also had many people reach out to me saying that they live in the same area as he does, or they know him personally, and that his real name is Chris, that he's a failed rapper, and that his family is from Chihuahua, Mexico. To no one's surprise. But there you have it, guys. Just because you bring a Chihuahua to the US and it has puppies, it doesn't mean that those puppies are German Shepherds. But anyways, let me know what you guys think.
Hey guys, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. It's so good to have you. Thank you so much for clicking when you saw this video. So why do we still have like a lot of Mexicans, Latinos still supporting these people? After everything, like, still have a lot of them who support the fact that their own people should get deported. And after the whole support, now they are freaking out and like, we are not the only immigrants, we are not the only immigrants, we have other people, we have African Americans, we have people from Asia, we have white immigrants, and all of that. You are the same people who defend the same people who deports you guys. When people wonder exactly what was going to happen, a lot of you didn't listen. Well, I'm going to let the rest of the video roll, then I'll come back with more commentary. Credit to all creators on this video. Do well to like and subscribe. Let's go.
There are approximately 600,000 undocumented immigrants from Europe in the United States. How come we're not seeing them being rounded up? Is it because they're white and not brown or black?
And why are we only targeting Latino immigrants? There's Asian immigrants, black immigrants, white immigrants, European, dare I say,
I was an illegal immigrant in the United States of America, but because of the color of my skin and the color of my hair and who I am, I have never been questioned. I have never been questioned about whether I'm American. No one has ever said, do you speak English? Because they didn't assume that I couldn't because of being an immigrant. I am an immigrant in your country.
You know what's the most heartbreaking thing about this entire thing? Is that some of us citizens that are Latinos are literally not supporting our people because our family was able to be lucky enough to become a citizen. That is so heartbreaking. That is not what Mexicans are known for. We're known to be always just helping one another. That is what we're known for. And some of the Latino citizens want to really be white. They don't even want to be Hispanic. They won't do anything because it's not affecting them. You know, the most ironic thing is that majority of these Trumpies are actually Christian, and they're not real Christians, because real Christians would never act like that. Think about it. Would Jesus act like this right now? Would he? Ask yourself that. Really think about it. Would you deport Jesus if he didn't have his papers? Oh, would you attack him, tackle him down to the floor just because he had a little bit of a darker complexion, even though he was a citizen? He just matched the darker complexion. Interesting. So interesting. We learn history to not repeat it. Why did Donald Trump not put his hand on the Bible? Isn't that something from an evil person? Why did he make his own Bible? That's ignorant. Oh my gosh, this infuriates me.
You told me that you voted for President Trump in 2024. Do you regret that decision? ¿Te arrepientes esa decisión?
Yes, 100%.
Why do you regret that decision?
That's because it's nothing that's true. It's not true. He say he go to catch the delincuentes. Criminals, yeah. And right now, he don't follow to criminals. He go to specific to Latino people. The DHS come specific to me and catch to me. Not other people. Because don't care to other people. specific Latino people.
Some of these people actually wake up and just believe themselves that, you know what, we are actually white, because they look at themselves and like, okay, we can actually pass as white, so why then do we actually support these other people? We are white. Like, they just believe it. And that's why during the election, a lot of them came out and say, what, you know what, let's actually vote against our own interests, forgetting that voting against your own interest means that you might get deported and your legal status might be stripped of you, and somehow you or your family members, because if you feel that it will not affect you, it might affect your own family member. And that's what everybody has been actually talking about, telling these people what may come to pass. And we saw them coming out to pass like in no time. It's not even up to 1 year, and you see, okay, let's say it's 1 year already, but the election is already 1 year, but him taking office is not even up to 1 year, and everywhere is like this. People are getting deported, you know, and you guys are the major people, the same people who supported, because black folks were everywhere shouting, screaming, and telling people this is exactly what will happen. But no, a lot of them are like, no, we are still going to support, you know, him and support our own people, because they believe that when they support people that, you know, Pam, that these people were going to love them and support them, and they will not get deported, nothing will affect their community, they will, you know, do better things for them. They promise them, I don't know if they promise them, but they all feel that, you know, by doing that, somehow they will not be affected, you know, other people will be the ones affected and nothing will happen to their own community. Well, let's look at the comment section. So someone say, Latinos is how Trump won and you are feeling the consequences. And I believe if it is another election, you guys will do the same thing again, okay? Again. Because someone keeps saying, you know, there was there's one person that said it was an open book exam. When you give them this same open book exam again, they are still going to fail the same exam by voting in the same people that is currently deporting them. So it's actually an open book exam. This one said the whole video is explaining how Mexicans think they are white because they don't have dark skin. Okay, why do Mexicans want to be panned by all means? Like, why exactly do they want to? Okay, well, someone has said Mexicans for Trump aren't Mexicans smarter, more aware of the political climate in the US than white MAGA haters. For those Mexicans who did not vote for lying chief, please let me explain. MAGA haters are racists. They will only accept you here if you are underpaid, overworked laborers if you are undocumented, which makes them angry. You can replace black people in their fields, hotels, and gardens. MAGA haters want to take this country back to the Jim Crow era. You voted for that. Anyway, this one said she didn't actually correct anything the black lady said. The black lady just, you know, kind of paraphrased every other thing that had been happening to, you know, the whole black community, and how, you know, every other person had been warning these people exactly what was going to happen. But no, they didn't listen about whatever thing was going to happen and how it's going to happen, how it's going to affect them. They did not think about it. Okay, they thought it was going to affect maybe people that looks like me more. They would be the ones deported and all that, until he came out and told them African Americans built this nation. These people are the indigenous people of the country. They built the country, so there is no way they are going to be affected or getting deported. And now it's freaking them the hell out, discovering that the same people they felt were going to be affected the most are not the ones that are being vindicated and watching every other thing play out. Okay, they are Americans. They are not immigrants like these other people felt they were. And now that they are finding out, so they are now regretting exactly what they have done, which is voting against their own interests. Although you still have a lot of Mexican Americans who still believe that this person is the real deal. This person is the reason why they are where they are today. And they have chosen him to whatever, you know, they still support him, still support the deportation happening in their community. So most times I always ask their people, why are you not calling him out? Why are you not calling your own people who still support what they did to you guys? Because they are the ones that voted against your own interests. So you should be calling them and not calling on other community for help when You guys were the ones that stood out and said, this is what we're going to do. Well, guys, let me know what your own take are in the comments. I would really love to read from you. Please consider subscribing if you have not already. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up so that more people can see it. Credit to all creators on this video. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. See you all on my next. Bye, guys.